My name is Joe Saucedo. I am Director of Student Diversity and Multicultural Affairs at my institution, and I oversee operations and strategic direction of a department tasked with the retention of historically underrepresented student populations. I'm also responsible for ongoing multicultural education and training of our university students, staff, and faculty populations. I'm a Latino male, cisgender male, first generation college graduate. I'm straight, I'm married, able-bodied, able-minded. I'm a parent of a toddler. I'm also Catholic. As I came into this study, there were a lot of things that were on my mind, definitely a lot of different sort of emotional responses. First, grateful that a study like this was actually being developed. I think it's important. Initially going into this, I felt tired, exhausted, emotionally drained, mentally, physically. Some of this I thought might be attributed simply to just getting older. I just celebrated my 40th birthday this fall term. I also felt like just wearing multiple hats at work and in my personal life, being a parent, all of these things together leave me feeling tired and drained. But then there are also moments while I was feeling tired, moments of feeling definitely fatigue. I know that there was a lot of days in moments when I felt fueled and energized. And a lot of that was really derived from the times that I spent talking with students, with my colleagues, with my team, definitely getting home feeling tired, but then lighting up whenever I saw my son, playing with him, hanging out with my wife, catching up with friends and other people that are special in my life. With regard to social justice fatigue, I think I entered the study feeling disheartened, feeling angry about the state of the world, just understanding where we are as a country, and just seeing a lot of negativity, feeling like there's a lot at the national level, state level, even there's a lot being done, I would say, to reverse the progress that was accomplished over the years, over the decades, to move us forward in terms of social justice. So I think all of these things definitely were on the top of my mind as I participated in the study. There were a lot of lessons learned about myself through this. I think the biggest takeaway for me was that reflection is so powerful. I work in an institution where reflection is really a signature trademark of how we operate and how we function, and yet I recognize just how badly I engage in this. So I think the big takeaway is that I really would do better with some structure and being able to consciously reflect and journal and write down the things that are happening, because I think it's in those moments of reflection that I've been able to take more stock of what I could be doing better, and also being reminded of all the great things that are happening in my personal and professional life. Another lesson learned is just the power of community. Those conversations that I've been able to have with colleagues, with my team, my direct reports, our students as well, our student leaders. It's those conversations that lift me up and remind me of the importance of the work that we're doing and why we do it. Even when institutionally I think we're failing or falling short of our promises to our students and our external communities, I think I have to really recognize the wealth of and the power of the relationships that I have with other people who do care about social justice and live it out each day. I think it's in those moments when I'm remembering that I feel that things are going to be okay. In terms of what I would share with institutions that might be looking for ways to support or help staff counter social justice fatigue and endure, I think it's important first for administrators and anyone coming into this work to recognize that the institution is a business, right? So ultimately, bottom line is what matters. Enrollment is what matters, graduation, retention, all of those things. The financial wellness of an institution matters a lot more than, I would say, the emotional health of the staff. I say all that to say that it's important for the individual to really enter this work with that in mind, but then also acknowledging where it is that we have power to exert our own influence. We can't do this work, we can't persist and persevere if we're not taking care of ourselves. So I'm grateful for this study because it really brought to mind how important I need to be to myself, how important it is for me to prioritize my own mental health, my own emotional health, my own spiritual well-being, actually, which is something I've been able to prioritize as beginning this October. So I think all of that is important for me as a practitioner to keep in mind so that I can continue to persist and do the work that needs to be done, but also not leaving my best version of myself at the office. So I think this is definitely something that's important to share with practitioners, but also the institutions needing to know that unless they're prioritizing the wellness of not just students but their staff and faculty engaged in this work, that folks are going to continue to experience burnout and in some cases leave the institution. For individuals, I think it's important that we recognize that we matter just as much and that we need to really take care of ourselves.